Okay, everyone, welcome to Saturday Afternoon Poetry's very special 5th Saturday edition. This time we've got Poetry for the People. Yes, it's a website that is really a blog spot because it's free for the people. And we're going to bring up that website right now. Here we are, Poetry for the People. So like I said, we'll just go down the line. And if you're here, give me a shout. I will try to remember all of you. So this is going to be a test of that system. Plus, I'm going to make this a little larger to CaLokie. Let's see, that's over here. And like that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That should do it. All right, let's see who was the last. It was Hedy. You get to be first. Okay, Hedy, which poem would you like to read? And you have to unmute if you're not unmuted, of course. Yeah, you're unmuted. I still don't hear you, Hedy. What's going on? Did you switch speakers or something? Yeah, it shows that you're connected.
Dígaselo en español, puede que no entienda inglés.
¿Quieres que hable en español?
Ya, yo le estaba diciendo que usted tal vez no entienda inglés y que por eso no ha seguido las instrucciones.
No, no es
Más
cierto.
despacio, por favor. No.
No es
Hey,
cierto.
Hedy, which poem do you want to read?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I hear you now. Yeah,
Oh,
something.
okay,
It was a miracle.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, it's the speaker. It happens now and then like this that I have to switch speakers. I hope it allows me to read the entire poem.
You want to do the first poem, second poem, or third poem?
The third one.
Third one, you got it.
It's a pantoum.
And of course, mute yourselves. We just want to hear the speaker. Oh, I went too far. All right.
Isn't that typical?
All yours.
Okay, this
Ready?
poem is an ekphrastic poem. It's inspired by a kind of ideal vision of an immigrant's boat by Marilyn Sawaf. And it's called, "Can't you see how they all stare at us, even the birds resting on their hands? Packed against one another, clothed in dreams, upholding the flame of freedom for a mast. See how multicolored fish leap out round the hull, in quieted waters, silvery fins quiver, awaiting a net. Upholding the flame of freedom for a mast, past and future fit into the wooden vessel. In quieted waters, silvery fins quiver, awaiting a net, while they rest under the shade of pregnant trees. Past and future fit into the wooden vessel. They're wearing Sunday clothes yet to be sewn, while they rest under the shade of pregnant trees. They sample ripened pomegranates and pink peaches. They're wearing Sunday clothes yet to be sewn. After fighting maddened waves for so long, they sample ripened pomegranates and pink peaches. They've slipped through the eye of a needle after fighting waves for so long. How sweet it is to be saved by the skin of one's teeth. They've slipped through the eye of a needle, reaching a place where the wind is silent. How sweet it is to be saved by the skin of one's teeth. Future wraps itself around them in a colorful mantle, reaching a place where the wind is silent. The cat slumbers as the restless dog rushes to the rooftop.
Wow. That's more than just people. Fabulous.
Thank you. Thank
All
you.
right,
So
let's see. Oh, and that was published first on the Seawall. Yeah. Okay. I don't think Sherry is here. Yan threatened to be here, but she does have another engagement. Two speed readers having fun.
Mhm.
And we come to, oh no, gee, oh wow, that line came out black. I'll have to fix that later. This guy, Michael Lee Johnson, he's a very widely published guy. Andy, you're here. You got to unmute yourself because I might have muted you.
Okay, great. Thank
Right.
you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Good, good. Okay. All right, mine's called Cocoon. In one of the offices we clean, one of the cubicles has a man with the title fisheries biologist. And one of the his coworkers put the word extreme in front of his title. So he was an extreme fisheries biologist. But humans are extremophiles, organisms that live in extreme conditions. Even though things are extreme now, there have always been flowers of Algernon. There are seeds beneath the ground in winter. When fruit comes in the spring, it is our own arrogance that has been faced in the winter and let go of, no one else's. So we should not eat seeds and try not to blame. In the spring, we will be set free and will be free indeed.
Wow, that's a great allegory.
Thank you.
Got Fairy, legendary poet. A lot of good poets on here. CaLokie, your turn has come so soon.
Okay. Well, let me tell you about my first car and all that jazz. At the age of 31, I bought my first car, a faded blue 53 Chevy, which I called the Blue Blazer, for $125. What a bargain. When I saw Floating of Smoke on the corner cover of Time and heard he was featured in Shelley's Manhole on North Cahuenga Boulevard in Hollywood, me and Blue Blazer took off to hear him and his band perform. Around midnight, driving on Hollywood and Pasadena freeways, straight, no chaser, reflections of a blue book, epistrophe did rhythm need me all the way home. Blue Blazer also took me to Shelley's Manhole to hear and watch the modern jazz quartet, Charles Lloyd, Carmen McRae, Miles Davis, and Bill Evans, who was one of the pianists on the greatest jazz albums ever recorded, Miles' manga classic, Kind of Blue. One year, after the riots or uprising, depending on your point of view, I attended the Watts Jazz Festival. In the afternoon, under the junk sculpted tower of Simon Rodea, the drumming is like a flower power fiesta at a love inn. And deep in my heart, I do believe that one day we, black and white together, shall overcome. But as Hugh Masekela trumpet fanfares West Coast sundown, majority and minority Euro-Americans leave festival, and I am left with a few other white skins engulfed in the Joseph Conrad Heart of Darkness night. War beat takes over drums. Flashbacks a year ago on wrist follow. Burn, baby, burn. Get whitey. Black power. Suddenly, blonde Euro and bare bedroom stands up in spotlight and shakes blue jean booty to roar and laughter of jazz aficionado assembly. A jazz brother needs a ride, and in my 53 Chevy, I drive him to his ghetto home. My pale blue clunker could have broken down there, but it didn't. And even if it did, as Miles Davis might have kind of blued with muted horn to Bill Evans' piano introduction, so What?
Yeah. Got some new poets I've never seen before. And some that I know well. All the speed reading takes its toll. Mike Turner, I sense your presence.
Keep going down. I'm going to read the third one, I think it is.
Okay, thanks,
May
Mike.
we know.
You got it.
Yeah.
There you go, sir.
May we know. May we know joy to sustain us through sorrow, beauty to see past ugliness, laughter to endure tragedy, calm to quell anxiety, hope to erase despair, faith to leaven doubt, courage to overcome our fears, unity to banish division. And through it all, may we know love, given and received, to bind us in our common humanity.
Oh, yes. Beautiful prayer, sir. Really
Thank
love
you.
it. I'm so glad it's on the site. And what follows? Bruce. Hey, Bruce, your time has come. There he is. Unmute thyself, sir. And let me know which poem you'd like to do. You gotta unmute, sir. Yeah, you're still.
I'm sorry. Scroll down
There you
to the
go.
second one. Portrait
Okay.
of Trump.
Yes, a major deal. I was hoping we get something political. All right.
All right. Portrait of Trump in the Colorado State House. Of course, he complains about it. He may have preferred the pumped up superhero from one of his digital trading cards. But he has a point. There's the feathery hair, the flag lapel pin, and the trademark long red tie. But it's too warm and fuzzy, too soft focused, like a blurred edge pastel. And that makes his portly image even more rounded. Sir, with all due respect, you could have done so much worse. Shall we review your gallery of caricatures? Or perhaps your mug shot, which looks like a Gotham villain about to blow up City Hall. There is one detail of the painting I like, and that's the mouth, an almost perfect horizontal line, lipless, that one could call a resting despot face. It's a precious moment, one in which you are not shouting, grimacing, lying, pontificating, whining, or insulting, but perfectly neutral, silent, as though someone has just told you to shut the hell up.
Yeah.
Mic drop.
You ever seen that Roger Waters concert? He does that song Pigs.
Which one?
Check it out. Check it out sometime. Roger Waters, he
Oh.
performs the Pink Floyd song Pigs,
Right.
but he gives it a real political edge.
Sounds
Contemporary
interesting.
one. In keeping with your poem. That's the only reason I bring it up. I think you'll like it. Hey, Joseph, I know you're here.
Yeah, I'd like to do the second one, I think, Hard Not to Fear.
Here, sir.
Hard not to fear the weight of the earth. It would have been better for this poet to have been born in a doorless room than to see his country reinstall segregation. It would have been better to squander his childhood in corners filled with dreams of roses pinned in long silky hair. Better for him to chop his childhood memories into slivers of wood and start a fire beneath the white cylinder used to heat water in the room of his recurring dream, the one with images of knotted ropes dangling from cliff trees. It would have been better to find himself in another dream, wandering the streets and writing his poems behind the faces painted on the underside of bridges, than to see the unmasking of in-your-face hatred. Today, no one can pretend to be above it all anymore. And our poems need trap doors leading to underground tunnels, identified by skeletons nailed upright with mouths full of worms. Today, he writes of rivers and creeks because he can hardly bear to think of the new fascism that is heavy like the mountain and makes it hard not to fear the earth's weight. Did the Tao say, everywhere man is dust and death, and his groaning is wind in a seashell? It doesn't matter, for in this time of the new red and black, there is no way to know if his country will survive or if the doors of poetry are closing. Thank you.
Wow, that got 6 snaps from me. That's fantastic. Great writing,
Thank you.
Joseph. Yeah. Ooh, that's a long one. There's someone I've never met before. Good. I think it's a multi-part poem. That's right. There we go. Jennifer couldn't make it today. She sends her apologies. Rich is at another event. Marieta's here. Okay, be sure to unmute.
I want to read the second one,
You got it, Marieta.
Evolution.
Okay.
Evolution. In the soft embrace of twilight's glow, we find ourselves gathered around the holy table. The flickering candlelight dances upon our features, and the air is alive with the words of those who once shared this space. Here, where the essence of existence simmers, we lift our glasses, rhythm elixir, vibrant as the heart's pulse, as if the vine itself had woven the threads of our stories into each precious drop. Spirit flowing, awakening our senses, reminding us of moments conceived in the stillness of creation. Bread, golden and warm, loaves cradled like cherished promises, each crumb a testament to our bond, binding us to one another and to the echoing breath of God, who shaped us from wet dust and breathed life into our souls. Let us make man in our image, a sacred creation, a reminder that without him, words slip away, dissipating like morning mist. We risk becoming mere shadows, monkeys in the fold, lost in a forest of silence, reaching for meaning as the symphony of existence deems, under the weight of our doubt. Why did the serpent coil its tongue around promises and lies? Kafka's Metamorphosis, a reflection of our innermost fears and the struggle. To be caught between flesh and spirit. Together, we contemplate our existence, the musings of Darwin, the cycles of Mayan wisdom, and all echoing uncertainties. Yet, in this moment, in this gathering, the presence of God shines forth, a beacon in the haze. For what is faith, if not the light that nourishes our humanity? We are reborn in love, our hearts stitched together with compassion, striving to be good, to be whole, led by the sacred words gifted to us, intricately woven in the tapestry of creation, urging us to awaken and to dwell in the grace of God. Thank you.
Beautiful poem. Spectacular. Fantastic work, Marieta. Dean Okamura. You're here, Dean. What? Yeah, there's Dean. So soon. So soon. Which
Okay.
poem would you like to read, Dean?
Oh, the one that's up is fine.
Oh, yes, this has got to be the timeliest one.
Yeah. Anyway,
All
that's my little picture of something.
Yeah.
And the
Okay.
cow just did something. Anyway, big, beautiful taco. Trump always chickens out. At a recent press conference, they'll say, oh, he was chicken. He was chicken. I say it's called negotiation. They asked me a nasty question. They'll say, oh, he was chicken. He was chicken. They wouldn't be here without my big, beautiful tariff. They'll say, oh, he was chicken. He was chicken. That's unbelievable. The wild world calls, serene, rising above the noise of men who crow and mock in echo chambers built to fail. Trumpy Dumpty sat on his wall, crowed and chickened out before his fall. All his spin doctors and all his men couldn't make Taco Shell whole again. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, Dean. Yeah. Peggy, sorry to say she is undergoing chemotherapy, so I'm wishing her the best as she gets through it. She's been a beloved member of our group for many, many years. Jackie.
Okie dokie. They will never write a poem. I cringe at those words RFK Jr. said about autistic children. So cold, so distant, so ableist, so alienating, with no empathy or understanding whatsoever. Nothing in those words said he could relate to these children who will be our future, despite their uniqueness. Just him on his high podium, putting these kids down, autism to be shunned, instead of something to thrive with. What about Cody Lee, severely autistic, who had perfect pitch and won America's Got Talent? Being a poet, neurodivergent or not, the lines don't always come easy. But I can't imagine never writing a poem or being creative in any way my entire life. With severe mental illness and psychotic episodes, I managed to graduate college with a 3.74 GPA. How much more will we endure the brutality of this administration?
Jackie, your poem is the reason why this website is a necessity. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Don.
Not sure on that one. Peter's new. I don't know him. Richard.
Third one for me, sir.
You got it. Third one.
This is my gospel of incompetence. I think above all, that is what protects us in the name of providence. The gospel of incompetence. The gospel of incompetence by which I swear I thank the goddess and the potent might ruling class that quite never, despite all they might, get us there. I believe it is incompetence that mostly protects our lives from the bloody plans of warriors that, despite their fervor, never quite solidify or seem to jibe. Were the bosses equal to their villainous plans that they pursue the livelong day yet and never make their stand? No better than the chattering howler monkeys climbing and mobbing about in the zoo in the pursuit of their would-be banana money, and all the filthy predators who would pursue the victims of their loathsome conniving. Hey, who'd know better than you and all the skeezy plotters with their filthy plans? May they ever sever as they trip over themselves with their voluminous list of irrational, insubstantial demands. And all the ragtag, shaggy criminals who post to social media to play it sinister, so while gorging on their own special glory to gain ground in Wikipedia, they march headlong in the tendentious arms of Peter Lorre. And so may they thus to the proper coppers, so they'll explain their magnificent glory with no bottle stoppers. And that's their story. I thank the goddess for the dumb ones with all their stupid stun guns set to dumb or maybe number. They might as well dispatch themselves for all their futile ways. Beside all their beguiling merely amounts to mist and dust. All the bomb makers and vainglorious risk takers, all the indulgent movie makers, they scarce, it seems, even amuse themselves. Yet they set their plans amidst the dusty rust on the middle shelves. Sweetly swells the lovely melodies of the ringing bells.
Thank you, Rick. Edgar Allan Poe lives.
Nevermore.
Jerry. Which poem would you like to read, sir?
Oh, the first one.
You got it.
Okay. The 2025-2026 Kennedy Center season. Here are some of next season's highlights. Godspell, starring Kid Rock. Jesus Christ Superstar with Billy Ray Cyrus and Morgan Wallen alternating as Jesus and Judas. Hologram John Wayne performing his 1970s spoken word album, America, Why I Love Her. Snoop Dogg performing Swamp Dogg's I'm Not Selling Out, I'm Buying In. Billy Graham's Worldwide Pictures Film Festival with Franklin Graham. Jewel in a new review titled Trump Will Save Your Soul. Politically Incorrect Kennedy Center Awards. And more. Much more to come as we turn the clock as far back as possible.
Jerry, that's very inventive, and I hope we never see the Pix awards ever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good work, good work.
Thank you.
The Ellyn, no. Chad, no. Linda. And we go to page 2. It's a 2-page website. So we must be halfway. We're probably more than halfway. I couldn't find Mo. Yeah. Messaged him. Ellyn, yeah, there you are. Once again, Ellyn, I demand and request and beg that you read all 3 of your haiku.
Oh,
okay?
but I don't think they're not all haikus, though.
Oh, they're not.
These are,
Oops.
So, but thank you. I mean, they're sort of different lengths, so I could just.
Oh, so which one? What's in there?
Maybe I'll start. I mean, I just could read. I mean, I don't know. I could read the first one. That's a haiku and stuff. Deja vu. Historic, toxic, rose-colored glasses for sale. Heavy price to pay.
Yeah, and I should have known the next one wasn't a haiku because it's not labeled as such. Yeah, you sent a longer one, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a couple longer, but I don't want to go over anything.
So not this one?
Oh, really? Are you sure? Okay.
I'm sure.
Okay. Okay. All rules fly. Pencils don't need to have an eraser. Elephants don't need a trunk full of old maps, but it certainly can't hurt. Laughter fits into the palm of your hand like an animal made of Play-Doh. Alphabet soup is rising in the pan of the world's kiss. Argyle goes great with everything. Bow ties can be worn whenever the moon is full or whenever. People can wear fuchsia from head to toenail. The sun has its tongue in the earth's cheek. Shining is the only rule.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait.
That's it.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
Sorry.
I'll tell you this. I'm your number 2 fan, Ellyn. You know that.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. Thank you.
Yeah. So
That's
thank you.
so
They can
sweet.
read this at their leisure.
Oh, thank you. And thanks for doing such a beautiful thing. All the things you do are so important. So thank you. And thanks a lot.
Yeah, like I said before, I don't see anybody in the group that I'm in. I won't say the name of the group, but they're talking about doing things. But let's do them. Just do them. Okay. Yeah, it needs to be done now. Yeah, there's going to be some speed reading fun here. Oh, I'm getting dizzy. Oh, no. David's not here. The original multi-part poem, man. Is Charles here? No?
Estoy aquí.
Yeah. Good. I guessed right.
Okay, so I'll do the first one here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so can you push it up a little so the whole thing can be? Okay, so the title is A Week of Back and Forth in 2025. On Monday, they canceled Health Watch outright. Yet, the seagulls feasted on our seaside leftovers. On Tuesday, they just closed libraries everywhere. Yet dogs read our minds and fetched all day long. On Wednesday, they scared many seniors to death. Yet our red-tailed hawks soared as ever they had. On Thursday, they insulted veterans of all services. Yet army ants had a veritable field day next door. On Friday, they conducted another historic massacre. Yet the palm tree parrots managed to preach loudly. On Saturday, they golfed and laughed at everyone else, while every zoo animal nationwide howled in protest. On Sunday, they desecrated all notions of real worship, while winged angels did hover to warn of retribution.
This is brilliant, Charles. It reminds me of that classic poem, The Naming of Parts. I don't know if you know that poem.
Rings a bell, yeah.
Yeah, it juxtaposes just like your poem does. This is great. This is just great. So happy it's here. Oh, no, I'm not happy to say this. Oh, I think we're up to the last reader. Is that true? Everyone's had a chance to read. Wait. I see Jean. I see Michelle. Michelle, are you there?
Hi, good afternoon and good evening, everybody. Yes, I am. Hello.
All right. So then I feel like I passed over your name, so I'm going to pass back because you're
no
toward the very beginning. So
Yeah,
I can do that.
I didn't take any of them. Thank you.
Yeah. No problem because there's only one reader after you, so I'm happy to do this.
Okay.
And you should be appearing pretty quick here. While I reach for my power supply. Yeah, okay. And which poem do you want to read, Michelle?
I'll read He's Not My President. Although I would love to read them all, but I'm leaning for number 2, but I'll read this one. I think it's more. Okay. He is not my president. Oh, could you make it a little larger, please? Let's see.
A little larger? Okay.
Yes, please. Thank you. If you're able to.
Is that good?
That's fine. Thank you.
Okay.
He is not my president. God help America, for it will become hell in a handbasket under the United States of America. That's America, KKK, under his felonious and fascist leadership. For he is a troubled, tyrannical, racist, repugnant, unintelligible, misogynist, murder pig. Trump is a buffoon in the navy blue size too small suit and rattan white shirt belly. The MAGA and MAGA necktie dressed up for that McDonald's Big Mac meal. Don't forget the blonde haystack toupee hairdo. No. It seems to be pasted on. What a Looney Tune. The commander-in-chief, not chief, but the commander-in-chief, pontificates conversation with that Big Apple accent that one day I will visit all the 5 boroughs and take a bite. Crunch. Does he even know the 5 branches of the government? Can he even pass a citizenship civics test with his narcissistic ways to circumvent the patriotic red, white, and blue salute? His winning is America's hangover. America, under the leadership, will need more than a 4-leaf clover. President 45 and 47 and MAGA Part 2 supporters of the sheep, bad, and voting him in. He is the worst Gemini on the planet. Sheep, don't complain when Trump gets into law a life of comfort, cost, and chains that we all had, and now is slaughtered. Especially for the voting apathetic who chose not to bother. Remember this. Oh, what a mighty web we weave, order to the sea. Again. Oh, what a mighty web we weave, order to the sea. Time and Trump will tell, and the USA shall see that the Estonian red flags waving. Red won the battle. Blue Sunday may win the war. Democrats are the donkey. Republicans are the elephants. But Trump is a true jackass. For he is not my president, and he still will be a troubled, tyrannical, racist, repugnant, unintelligible, misogynist, social pig. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. Yeah, it's interesting that more than one poem on this website is a portrait of certain someone. Yes, heavy on our minds. Absolutely. All right. I'm just going to do one last check, make sure I didn't miss anybody. And I think I didn't, which means I go to the very bottom for that last egotistical writer. Hey. There he is. This is a poem that I just wrote the other day because I am honored to say that I'm going to be featuring on Sunday at the Victory Theater in Burbank, along with some other illustrious poets like Rick Lupert and Kate Gale. So I had to come up with a poem on the theme of Dr. Strangelove, so this is it, called Stop Worrying. Major King Kong rides on top of the falling bomb, and everyone is laughing as he whoops down to the doomed city. If only nuclear weapons could be just as gay, we'd all sleep easily, dreaming of daisies popping up in fields not representing humans, with muddy water flowing through green swamps, bubbling life for tadpoles. But what about the streets laden with belching vehicles and factory shipping direct? Are the cholesterol-related beings worth saving for all that labor inside stapled cardboard boxes? Maybe this design is designed to fail, be overtaken by breathing trees and overgrown oceans. So yeah, I got to practice that. I think I've got 10 minutes, so I have to do a few more poems. I'll be doing my classic in the World War III Museum. And might even do Greenbelt apples. CaLokie knows that one. That's a golden note. He contributed a word to the poem. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh, now you're yours. Okay. And hey, thank you all for being a part of this. You are now immortalized, and I will disseminate word about this far and wide so people will watch this video. So thank you all so much for being a part of it. And we're here almost every Saturday, except the fourth Saturday when we're live in person at the Lamenda Park Branch Library. Otherwise, it's a Zoom all the way. All right. Thank you again.